let's talk some Falcons because mandatory minicamp is going on as we speak. And guys, when they finish up, today, pretty much everybody's going to go their separate ways. It's been the last 3 days up there at Flowery Branch, and I want you to hear a couple of things that have gone on. Arthur Smith, Mike, talking about the chemistry of Onyemata and Grady Jarrett along that D-line. We keep talking about the O-line. I think the real improvement is going to be on the D-line. Guys, we were the third best rushing team in the league last year.
Yep.
There needs to be improvement passing the football, but defensively we've got to be better. And Arthur Smith was talking about the chemistry along the D-line.
Well, I mean, I give a guy like David Mata. David's a guy that really feel the connection him and Grady are making. There's so much that goes on. There's so much pre-snap stuff. So even if you had a guy that was a traditional 3 or traditional nose, depending on what you wanted to do in the front, people move the tight end so much to try to change the strengths on you. So you really got to be able over your inside from tackle to tackle to play. So there's a lot of communication that goes on. So you feel that chemistry.
And having an experienced guy, too, Mike, that's the other thing. Grady's not teaching David Onyemata how to play.
No, Onyemata plugs right in. He's probably the best player that Grady's had since you could argue Babineau or one of those dudes might have been next to him. But
Yep.
Grady's got a guy now, and you got Calais Campbell. We've already talked about. Number one, he looks like, 2 dishwasher boxes on top of each other with legs. He's a mountain of a dude. He's taken on the responsibility of working with the younger guys. Everybody's singing his praises. Bud Dupree, another guy. Everyone's saying that he's hit the ground running, and for whatever reason, I know some guys are, whatever. These guys are buying in. They like to actually be here in Atlanta. And all those guys I just mentioned are hopefully going to take us from being next to dead last in the sack department. Only the Bears were more feeble. They had 20, we had 21. We talked about adding like guys like Onyemata, Caden Ellis. We've added about 30 sacks just off what guys did last year. So hopefully, Carl, we're going to be in the pass rush business for the first time since maybe 17.
What about the other side of the football and Desmond Ridder? How impressed has he been with Bijan Robinson? Here's what he said.
Yeah, obviously just his size, just what he's able to do with the ball and what he's able to do without the ball. Just seeing his pure athleticism going out there and being able to make plays. Like we said earlier, we haven't, gone 11 on 11, 100% full speed with pads. So, everyone, changed a little bit once those pads come on. So it'll be interesting to see, what happens once we get into camp preseason, how it goes.
I'll tell you how it's going to go, Des. He's going to break tackles. He's going to run through people. He's going to run past people. I think, the physicality of Bijan is probably the most underrated part, Mike. We know he can get open. We know he can do all these other things. I think he's a physical running back as well. Now, is he as physical as Tyler Algier? That's what we fell in love with Algier.
Yeah, he's got a ferocity, though. If you watch the Texas stuff and you saw his time down there, he can do both. He can run between the tackles, he can make guys miss, and he can run away from the defense. That's the only difference between Algier and him. He's got that see ya kind of speed. But I just wonder how we're going to manage it because the idea of what running backs are and their value came up again today. Jonathan Taylor made some comments about not really happy where the running back market is going when you consider that's a position that's super important for your team, yet it's become devalued over the last 5 or 6 NFL seasons.
What is Grady talking about? Everybody says that, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are thinking that the Falcons are going to take the next step. And you're getting a lot of these preseason prognosticators who are on board. And right, I'm fine with that. I said it. I'd rather go under the radar. But Grady was asked about the whole, prediction thing, and here's what he said about it.
Anybody can be preseason all-stars, preseason, whatever it may be. And with us being who we are, nobody going to crown us anything. So we got to go put the work in and day out, take it day by day. But I'm confident in the work that we're putting in that's going to put out a good product.
And I'm with him on that. The work is the work. We have more studs, more players that I think is a big part of the turnaround of this team. We said this the last couple of years, a lot of one-year guys, a lot of guys that were playing for jobs, maybe here or elsewhere. I think you have a little bit more stability, but more importantly, Mike, the talent has just been upgraded. The talent is just better. And so if you're putting in the work, hopefully that's going to pay off. But, Grady's right. Everybody can be on board and like, hey, they're going to take the next step. Because when you win 7 games with a limited roster, the expectation this year is a lot more. And if listen, when we say this team should win at least 3 more games, that's 10 wins. That's a lot. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I know that some guys, and they still shake their heads and go, yeah, whatever, 7-10, 7-10. I'm not going to hit you over the head with this. It is what it is. We just didn't have the personnel. And some of these guys, I know because they're on 1-year deals, you feel whatever, they're washed up. Well, whatever we're going to get out of these guys, it's still going to be better than what we got out of the dudes that were a bunch of nobodies that were playing on 1-year deals the last few seasons. We finally got the money to spend. Jesse Bates, you wouldn't got the best safety out there. We got guys that are studs right now. Caden Ellis. I think most Falcon fans like me would go, that dude had 7 sacks, and you're bringing his defensive coordinator along. So that's where it's all about. By the way, one little nugget we learned today that HBO is shopping around for a team to do Hard Knocks. Lions were actually approached to do it season back-to-back, 2 seasons in a row. No NFL team wants it. Chris just put a poll question up at Dukes and Bell 929. Would you want the Falcons to be on Hard Knocks? I say, hell yeah.